So this is my ever-growing PS2 collection. This basically started off, I don't know, I want to say November of last year. I had like a real itch to buy a retro game console with no like intention of collecting or doing anything like that in particular. I just wanted to buy either a PlayStation 1 or a PlayStation 2, so I could play some of the old games that I played in my childhood. And that very quickly, in the space of about 3 months, turned into that. Now, it's not the biggest PlayStation 2 collection on YouTube by any stretch, but I think, for a couple of months' work, I think I've done okay. And I think the titles that I've gone for, I think they're really solid. I'm not the type of collector or gamer who really cares about like value of a game, like the Silent Hill games, Kuon, Rule of Rose. I've played through all of those games. I have a modded PS2. And I've completed all of those games many times over in my lifetime. I don't think they're that good. I think they're okay. I think they're good games, but I don't think the quality of their game is the reason why those games are so expensive, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I'm not the type of collector who goes out and just buys the most expensive games just for the sake of owning them. I actually like to play video games, and I value video games that are really good and fun. A game can be terrible but still be fun at the same time. I'd much prefer to own those types of games than, an overrated game, basically. So, yeah, that's my little rant about expensive games. I do love an expensive game, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to buy it just for the sake of it. Why buy one game for 100, £200 when you could buy, I don't know, 15 games for the same price? But anyway, let's get into it. I'm not going to pull off every single PS2 game and list them all. Maybe in a different video in the future I can do that. But here are my PS2 titles. We'll start Backyard Wrestling 1 and 2, the Batman games, every Burnout game, Casper games, although I am missing one. I'm missing the Scare School game. The reason why I went for the Casper games is because for the PS1 there is a Casper game that I really, really enjoyed as a kid. And with me going for PS2 games, I wanted to know if any of the Casper releases for this console were as good as that. The answer is no, they're terrible games, but it is what it is. Colin McRae Rally. We've got all the Crash Bandicoot games. I'm a huge Crash Bandicoot fan. Crazy Taxi, really, really good game. I do prefer Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast, though. I think that is, for me, that was the best console it was released on, but, I don't collect Dreamcast, so I've got it for the PlayStation 2. Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3, really, really love Devil May Cry. Dynasty Warriors, however you want to say it. I've got most of those. I think I need the spin-off games. Fantastic Four, Ghost Rider, God of War 1 and 2, Gran Turismo. I still need a few of the Gran Turismo games for the PS2. I'm the type of person, if I buy one game from a franchise, I almost feel compelled that I need to go out and get all of the others to complete them. Grand Theft Auto, Hitman. I am missing a Hitman game. Hot Wheels. I'm missing 3 Hot Wheels games, I think. Just Cause. All of the Tomb Raiders apart from Underworld, but I do have Underworld for the PS3, so I don't know if I'll bother. Maybe I will, just for completion's sake. Looney Tunes. You'll notice I really like cartoon-based games. Any game that reminds me of my childhood, I'm going to buy. Manhunt, Max Payne, all of the Mortal Kombat games. Huge Mortal Kombat fan. Mr. Bean, a couple of the Need for Speed games. The 2 most important ones, in my opinion, Underground and Underground 2. King Kong, the official game of the movie, really good game. Both Power Rangers games, Ratchet and Clank 1, 2, and 3, all of the Rayman games, Resident Evil Code of Veronica X, and Resident Evil 4. I'm missing quite a few Resident Evil games. Ridge Racer, Robot Wars. I don't need to name them all. I'll pick out some of the noticeable ones. Soul Calibur 2 and 3, both very good games. All of the Spider-Man games, all of the Spyro games. We come down to the third shelf. Tekken 4 and 5. I am a huge Tekken fan. Probably my favourite franchise for PlayStation. The Getaway, the Hulk, all of the Simpsons games, Transformers games. I think I'm missing one Transformers games. All of the Tony Hawk's games. WWE, I think I'm missing 4 games. I think SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, 2011. Is it Crush Hour? And then is it All Stars or Legends of WrestleMania? One of those. And then we have all of the X-Men games. So that's the PS2 stuff. Like I said, I've only been collecting really for about 3 months. And here are the PS3 games. We've got all the Batman games. Beyond Two Souls, this is a really, really good hidden gem of a game. If you haven't played it, go out and play it. It's cheap. It's a great game. Borderlands, Dead Island, Devil May Cry 4, Infamous, God of War 3, Red Dead, Resident Evil 5 and 6. We've got the Saw games. They're really fun to play. Tekken 6, Star Wars Force Unleashed 1 and 2. They're both great games. The Last of Us, probably my favourite game of all time. The Saboteur is another really underrated, I don't know, underrated maybe not, but hidden gem definitely. Tomb Raider and the Uncharted games, and Valkyria Chronicles again is a really good hidden gem of a game. If you haven't played it, go and play it. It's really good. And PS4, I really struggle with the PS4. Every time I go into a game shop or a CEX, I think, yeah, I want to add to my PS4 collection. I walk in there and there's just nothing that really pops out or like appeals to me. But yeah, here are my titles. We've got like the Batman games, Grand Theft Auto, all of the Lego games. I think I have them all of the like the franchised games at least. Avengers, Guardians, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, both really, really good games. I'm sure you already know that. Everybody's played them. They're brilliant. Street Fighter 5, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I just said that these 2 games are amazing. This one is absolute turd. I wouldn't recommend playing that at all. I think it was meant for the PS3, but they ported it to the PS4 anyway. But yeah, it's crap. It's a terrible game. Evil Within 2, Last of Us Remastered, Last of Us Part 2, Uncharted 4. I need a bookend. And we come down here, this is the Pokemon section. You see we've got Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Silver and Gold. These are reproduction boxes. The cartridges inside and the manuals are all inside. They're all legit, mint, authentic, really good condition. I might think about upgrading and getting real boxes for them soon, but it's not a cheap process. And then here we have all of the main series DS games and a couple of the spin-off games, all of the main series 3DS games and a couple of spin-offs, and then all of the main series Switch games. But yeah, that is it. That is my collection. As you can see, I am missing games, or yeah, I haven't started collecting games for a certain console, the PS1. I do have quite a few PS1 games on the way to me that I've purchased this week. So stay tuned and I'll get those unboxed on the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.